Meanwhile, the Strait of Hormuz is officially back open for business, at least for now. The U.S. CENTCOM announced the blockade is officially over on social media. They said, quote, all U.S. military blockade enforcement efforts have ceased, but all U.S. naval ships will remain in the area. Now, this comes after President Donald Trump put pen to paper, signing the agreement that starts the clock on 2 months of talks with Iran. The 14-point accord is set to be formally signed in Switzerland tomorrow, but the president's signature yesterday means the 60 days starts now. Vice President J.D. Vance already calling it a success.
The president's peace plan in Iran is already bearing real fruits for the American people. Last night, 12.5 million barrels of oil went through the Strait of Hormuz. That is a high since the beginning of the conflict. Oil prices are down nearly at their level from the pre-war conflict. Gas prices dropped below $4 a gallon today for the first time since the conflict. And importantly, they're going to keep falling further given how low oil prices are.
Let's go live to outside the White House to CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang. Weijia, great to see you. This agreement already facing some challenges. What can you tell us?
Liz, it's great to be with you. It is, and it's an old problem that continues to carry on, and that is because the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is speaking out forcefully against one of the main points of this memo, which is a ceasefire that includes Lebanon. And Netanyahu says that that should not be included. Of course, Iran and its proxy groups have said that Israeli troops must cease fire, but the Prime Minister said that it requires maintaining the security zone in southern Lebanon, and they will not withdraw there as long as Israel's security needs require it. And so right now, this is something that mediators have to work on because, again, it is such a critical piece of this MOU, this memo of understanding, as these negotiators try to work out the fine print and really do the hard work of the broader peace agreement.
And Weijia, you asked VP Vance about President Trump's shift on Iran's ballistic missile program. What did he say?
Yeah, Liz, you might remember that the administration very clearly laid out its objectives for entering Iran in the first place, and one of them was to completely dismantle and destroy Iran's ballistic missile program. But just yesterday, the president was asked about this because the MOU does not mention these ballistic missiles, and he said that it would be unfair if Iran didn't have some missiles if the countries around it did. And that's why I asked the vice president about that today. Here's what he said. Can you help us understand President Trump's shift on his stance for Iran's ballistic missile program? Initially, it was a key objective to dismantle it. Yesterday, he said it would only be fair if they had some, if the countries around Iran also had some. So when and why did that change? And will the final agreement have any restrictions on these missiles?
So we destroyed a substantial number of their ballistic missiles and their ballistic missile launchers themselves. It's not just the bullets, but it's the actual gun. And that's what we were extremely effective at in destroying during the last 3 months of the campaign. All the president said yesterday is that, of course, countries don't give up the right of self-defense.
So the vice president went on to say that countries do not give up that right to defend itself, but they do not anticipate Iran will have the same capability to threaten the entire world as it did before the war started.
Weijia Jiang, thanks so much.